Hello, and this is Bugast Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the DC Multiverse Hippolyta from the Wonder Woman Ares Build-A-Figure. So before we take a look at Hippolyta, let's take a look at the accessories that she comes with. Now, she does come with a removable coat, which I consider accessory since it's removable. So I'll go ahead and show this first so I can put it back on her. It's sculpted really nicely on the inside and out. It's got this nice fur collar that's sculpted. I would have preferred, since it's just a really light gray, a dry brushing of dark gray over it, just to make it look more like fur. But it's got a lot of wrinkles sculpted in. And it just looks really nice. And it's got sculpted texture to it, too. I think it feels kind of funny. But I really like that it has sculpted texture. I really like that. And her Hippolyta's hair is really pliable, so you can get the coat on fairly easy. You just have to work with it. You've got to put her arms back like that and then raise her hair up. I just really think it's awesome that her coat's removable. I just love it when figures have like a removable coat or a removable cape. I just really like that. And for her first accessory, or her second accessory, she comes with a spear. There's no detail on the handle of it, but it's got a lot of sculpted detail on the tip. I think it looks really nice. And for her second accessory, she comes with her sword. I think it's sculpted just as nicely too. It's got lots of detail on the handle, and even up on the blade it has a lot of sculpted detail. So I really like that. It looks really nice. And for her spear, it can fit in either hand. So you can see it's a little tighter fit in her right hand, but she can hold it with both hands. Just gotta wedge it in there. I really like that it's a tight grip. That just means it won't slip out of her hands or anything like that. I think she looks awesome just like that. But she can also, in her right hand, hold her sword. I think she looks even cooler holding them both. Although her sword is a little loose in both hands. That doesn't really bother me. So there she is with her accessories. So now on to the face sculpt. Again, Mattel is knocking it out of the park. This really looks like Connie Nielsen. I think the face sculpt is just really great on this figure. I think her headdress came out really nicely. I think her hair's... Oh, her sword fell off. I think her hair is sculpted nicely, and I love the paint detail on it. It's that kind of blondish brown color with the dry brushing of dark brown over it. I think it just makes it look more realistic. I love when figures look like more realistic. So I think that's really awesome. I think this could almost pass for a 6-inch Hot Toys. I think it looks like her so much. It's just my personal opinion, but I think Mattel really did a great job on this. And on her armor, it's sculpted very nicely too. It's got a lot of detail on it. It's got a lot of sculpted in detail on top of the armor too. It's got kind of like a texture to it. So I think that came out really nicely. She has more detail on her armor plating. And even on her, I guess you'd call it a dress. On her dress, it has a lot of sculpted detail. It's got this rigid texture to it. Kind of like a tire texture. And it continues all the way around. And it's sculpted underneath, of course, since this is removable. So I think that's really, really awesome. I think this figure has a lot of sculpting detail. And a lot of paint detail, because I think even the paint looks awesome. And on her arm, she's got this armor plating on her forearms. Again, sculpted nicely. And she's got wrappings on her hand that's sculpted nicely. And painted nicely too. It's kind of like a gray and a brown. It's like grayish brown. So I think that looks really awesome. So my only real complaint with this figure is that her sword can't stay in her hand. You put it in, it does fall out. So I'll try and finish this review with both accessories in her hand. So for articulation, she has a ball jointed head that can move back just a little bit, down just a little bit. It can move side to side all the way since her hair is more pliable. Her shoulders can move out this far, so the coat doesn't hinder any of her articulation. Maybe her leg articulation, but not any of her arm articulation. She's got a swivel at the bicep, single jointed elbow, and a swivel at the forearm, and a swivel wrist. She's got a swivel at the waist. She's got ball jointed hips that can move out that far. It can kick forward that far. And back just a little bit. You can't move all the way back because of her dress. She's got a swivel at the thigh, single jointed knee, and a swivel at the ankle. So I really like the articulation on this, and I thought it would be hindered more by the coat, but actually it's her dress right here that hinders some of her articulation. But it doesn't bother me because this figure is fantastic. And she can stand up on her own without... This is off the table now. So she can stand with this bulky jacket. And without any aid. She can stand up perfectly. So I really, really love that. Because when you're trying to pose figures around, it's annoying when they won't stand. Because the Mattel Multiverse figures don't have ankle rockers. So, even without ankle rockers, this figure can stand very well. And I would highly recommend it. Now for a comparison. Here she is next to the figure, of course. Next to the figure I already reviewed, Wonder Woman. Let me aim this down. There. So here is Wonder Woman next to her mother, Hippolyta. I think the height difference on these two is good because she is taller than Wonder Woman. So I think that's fantastic. I just love this figure. And I would highly recommend it because it's very accurate. It's got a lot of sculpting detail, a lot of paint detail, and the likeness. That's what gets me. That's why I'm a huge fan of, is when a likeness looks like the actor or actress. I really love that. Because that is a huge selling point for me. So I would highly recommend this authentic figure. And Mattel did a great job on this. So that's my review. And if you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.